Hello again, everyone. Hope you're doing well. It is a great pleasure and honor to be joined by one of the all-time greats, the man who is returning to action on September 12th in Carson, California. Mr. Yall must have forgot himself, the one and only Roy Jones Jr., who, of course, we found out last week will be meeting Mike Tyson in an 8-round exhibition. A lot of questions for Roy. Appreciate him stopping by today. First off, Roy, thank you so much for the time.
No problem at all. Thank you for having me, brother.
All right, so it's great to talk to you again. This obviously took the combat sports and the sports world by storm when we found out that it was going to be you and Mike going toe-to-toe in September. Let me ask you this. When did this first, cross your desk? When did this situation first, get on your radar?
About a month and a half ago, it got on my radar, and we talked about it. We did a letter of intent saying if we can make things happen, they can go get what they want to get the way they want to get it. Would I be a participant myself? Of course. So we did that. Then they went about 2-3 weeks went by, and they came back and said, "Okay, we ready. We got what we want. We're gonna see the long-term agreement, and we'll go from there." They said we don't want to have no boxing promoters, no boxing people involved. We want to go a different route. I said, that's right down my alley to do something outside the box. So we did something outside the box, and Sophie Watts got her team together, and she did the whole thing pretty much, and we went from there.
Now, when you say they, do you mean Tyson's team?
His side, Sophie Watts, yeah, he got a new thing called Legends. I think it's called, and they are putting together, I think, like a 12-week series of doing different things. So, and this was the first one of them, and that's what happened.
And so a lot has been made of the fact that it's an 8-round exhibition. Andy Foster, the California State Athletic Commission, said, they're just going to be moving around. No one's going for knockouts and things like that. People aren't buying that. So tell me, what do you know about the rules? What could you tell us about it?
I'm gonna tell you what. 2 things I'm gonna tell you. They ain't supposed to go for knockouts, but Mike Tyson don't have one speed, and Roy don't have a long fuse either. So it's like, when you go in there with Mike Tyson, you have to be ready for whatever. You feel me? Foster can't stop him once that bell rings. Once that bell rings, it's Mike Tyson and you. So you hope Mike can hold himself together and box and do what he want to do or do what he's supposed to do, but you can't go there depending on that. And 8 rounds is a long time. And you only got 12-ounce gloves. That's just 2 ounces bigger than what I normally fight in. So it's like everything is, I'm the one at risk. I'm the smaller guy. I'm the light guy. I can't go out there thinking, oh, this is an exhibition. No, because his punches are going to feel twice as hard as mine anyway because he's way heavier than me. You understand me? So I got to be ready to defend myself and at least make him stay in check while he's doing whatever he's doing. And that's probably going to call for some fireworks. So I hear them, but I don't hear them.
How much do you expect to weigh come September 12th?
No, I don't know. I haven't did this in a long time as far as the weight goes. I already went from 217 to 208 in a matter of a few weeks of training. So I'm hoping I'll be around 205 to 208, but I may go lower. I don't know.
Wow. How much do you think he'll weigh?
He'll probably be about 225, 230, maybe even 240. I don't know, but I know he'll be at least 225.
How do you feel about that size difference?
Yeah, I did it when I fought John Reese, so I could do it again. It's not about size. It's like I tell people, it's not about the size of the dog in the fight. It's about the size of the fight and the dog. You know what I mean? I'm willing to go to the end. So,
no headgear, correct?
Well, they said no headgear. They said headgear. They said no headgear. They said headgear. I'd rather no headgear. Yes.
Why?
Because your head's a bigger target with headgear, and him being heavier and having heavier hands, the more space he got to aim at, the better it is for him because he can graze you and it's still gonna hurt because his hand's so big and he's so much bigger than you. Whereas if I ain't got no headgear, them grazes gonna miss. You understand me? So he's not gonna touch my head nearly as much. So it won't be nearly as much damage. But them little tats with the headgear, over time, that still wears you down. That still bangs on your brain. Without the headgear, those little slight misses are gonna miss completely.
So would it be fair to say if it was up to you, there would be no special rules? Like this would just be an 8-round fight, no extra gear, no rules, no, hold back on punches, just 8-round fight. May the best man win.
At 51 years old and him 54, what I would say is do 8 rounds, 16-ounce gloves, no headgear. See what y'all do.
Okay, so why isn't it 16-ounce gloves? Why is it just 12?
I don't know. I think the people are not really smart enough to understand what it really is. So they're making it hard for me because 12-ounce glove, that's a fighting glove. You feel me? 16-ounce glove is more like a sparring glove. So you put 16 ounces, you don't even got to really wear headgear. You don't have to really wear headgear with 16 ounces. 12 ounces, that's still deadly headgear, no headgear. So I tried to tell them that, but they making the rules. So I said, all right, whatever y'all say. It's like me, I'm just gracious to be chosen as the opponent, to be in front of Mike Tyson, because I wanted to fight Mike Tyson when I won the heavyweight title. So it's like, for me, I'm like, yes, anything to get in front of Mike, because I always wanted that opportunity. But you can only tell people so much. And I tried to tell them that 16-ounce gloves, no headgear is better than 12-ounce gloves with headgear. You understand me? 16-ounce gloves, no headgear is a lot less dangerous than 12-ounce gloves with headgear. But
so the last you heard, will there be headgear?
Last I heard, no, but I don't know.
Okay. And I'll get to your desire to fight him in a second, but I'm just curious, when you got the call around a month and a half or so ago, what kind of shape were you in?
I was in decent shape because I've been training my fighters. So
Okay.
I'm never totally out of shape. I'm always in shape enough to get ready for a fight if I need to, because I stay in the gym with my guys. So I was already in the gym, moving around, doing things, and I'm often in the gym doing things. I often jog, do my elliptical in the morning and stuff. So I wasn't in horrible shape when I got the call. And I thank God for that too, because I'd have been in horrible shape. I couldn't get ready by September 12th.
Right. And have you, I'm sure you have, but I'm just curious, have you seen the footage of him that has come out over the last few months, the
Of
shape
course,
that he's in, hitting them? What did you think when you saw all that?
incredible. I mean, for Mike to be that age and still moving that fast and still being that explosive and that powerful, he's still Mike Tyson. That's what I'm trying to tell people. So I got to prepare like I'm fighting Mike Tyson for 89, because he's still Mike Tyson. Now, he may not be Mike Tyson for 12 rounds, but for 6 or 7, he still is.
Did he surprise you? Like the speed, the power, the ferocity, did that surprise you when you saw it after all these years?
No, it didn't really surprise me, because it's like riding a bike. As long as you're mentally healthy, which he is, then it shouldn't be a problem. And you got the muscle memory and all, it shouldn't be a problem. So it don't surprise me, because if you look at me, I'm 51, I'm still just as fast as I was when I was 47. So
Is this the only fight that you would have come back for?
only one. Rest of them not worth it.
You were done.
I was done.
So mentally, is it hard to get right back? Like now you're preparing for a big fight that's generating. We're back in 2001 all over again here with you stealing the headlines. How do you go from being retired and being a coach, and you're still in the gym, of course, you're not sitting on the couch, but now getting all this attention, training camp, is it a hard switch to turn on?
No, it's not, because you know what people always say to you? People always say to me, man, do you know what would have happened had you and Mike Tyson been around in the social media era? Do you know the kind of money and attention y'all would have generated? Well, guess what? We just found out what kind of attention we generate, because God gave us that one opportunity to do it again. So now we probably even finna find out what kind of money we generate, because we got one opportunity to do it again. So how could you take and frown down on that when that's been one of the constant complaints that you hear from people? Man, can you imagine if you were around in the social media era, what you would have done? Well, guess what? We were around. We weren't around. We are around. We just passed our primes, but we still, like Mike said, we still have bigger names than a lot of the big guys boxing today. So why not take advantage of it?
Do you find that surprising that people aren't on your level? There of course are the Canelos and the Triple Gs, those guys, but we haven't seen many crossover stars like you guys were in your day. Is that an indictment on the stars, or is that an indictment on the sport?
It's both, because it's an indictment of stars in sports. To make yourself a star, you have to be different. When Mike Tyson came on the scene, Mike Tyson was knocking them out. All the guys that made the Olympic teams and went to the Olympics or beat him in the Olympic trials, or the guys who were prominent amateurs when he was an amateur, when they turned pro, he walked through them. He made a statement, and he had that it factor, and he was psycho with it. So it made it, that psychoism gave him that it factor. It made people not want to miss a Mike Tyson fight, because they didn't know what might happen. Either somebody was going to get gruesomely knocked out, or he was going to say something gruesomely crazy. But he was double entertainment. It wasn't just about the fight. It was about how he was going to end the fight. You knew he was going to end it in a knockout somehow or another, you thought, and you knew he was going to say something crazy afterwards. So it was pure entertainment. He had that it factor. You understand me? When Roy Jones fought, you was going to get something, whether it was a hand behind your back, cocking a shotgun, met the man in red, man, bring him to the ring, Whitney Houston singing America the Beautiful, you was going to get something special. You understand me? Whether it was in the ring or out the ring, when Roy fought, you're going to get something special. You're going to get special, extra added entertainment. You understand me? We don't have nobody giving us that special added entertainment, not positive. A lot of guys give it to them in a negative way, but that's not what they want. They want positive entertainment that everybody can sit there and watch and enjoy. That's what I gave. That's what Mike gave. Now, Mike's was a little different than mine because sometimes he probably said some things that people didn't care for, but it still made it entertaining for people because it was Mike Tyson. You understand me? So because we were so entertaining, we had the it factor. There's not one fighter out there right now that's showing you the it factor. Now, there's a couple of guys who I think going to be able to show it to you if they mature to that status. You understand me? One is Teofimo Lopez. The other is the young guy named Devin Haney. These two guys have what it takes to go and now accomplish what they want to accomplish and put that it factor in there if they want to. I don't know if they'll do it, but they have what it takes to do it. And there's a few other guys that have it, but it's about having the it factor. You have to have the it factor, and that's what's the problem with boxing now. There's nobody in boxing right now that we see that have the it factor that when they get ready to fight, everybody drop everything because they want to see what he's going to do next. There's nobody like that.
Not Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. Those guys don't come to mind?
Not with the it factor. They're at the top of the game, and we want to see them fight, but what do we think they're going to do special? I mean, Tyson Fury, we know Tyson Fury is tall. He's a big specimen, but it's like he's going to box. He's smart. We know Wilder has a devastating right hand if he can hit you. But if you can avoid that, what's going to happen? If you get close to Tyson Fury to stop him from punching outside, he's entertaining to me because I like him because he's so big and he's awkward. But what does he have as it factor to make the fans pay attention? That's all I'm saying. It's like, I'm not saying he's not good. I'm not saying they're not good. They're great. I love watching Terrence Crawford because I understand boxing. But what I'm saying is for a person to cross over to that superstar stage, to have what me and Mike have, you got to bring something else to the table. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they're not good enough. They just got to bring some extra with them, and they haven't did it yet. Now, like me, if you let Crawford and Spence fight, I'm gonna want to watch because I know that's a great fight, two top-notch guys. And what I gotta say too is that Crawford has a little bit of that it because he's a mean dude in the ring, and that's a little bit, but he getting there. I just think he needs the right opponents, and he can't get there because he does have a little bit of that it factor, but it's just he's probably missing the opponents, and not missing the opponents, but because his promoter and Ariel's promoter won't let them get together, is holding both of them back. One of those guys could probably surpass and get to the it factor if they let them fight, but they won't let them fight.
Can you explain something to me? How can people watch this pay-per-view? I understand it's on something called Triller. I've never heard of Triller. Will it be also available on regular pay-per-view as well?
Yeah, there's a new app called Triller, and it'll also be on in-demand pay-per-view.
Okay, I see. And what is Triller?
Triller is a new app that they just launched.
Okay.
It's going to host, I think it's going to have a 10-series documentary, pre-fight documentary.
Okay.
There's two of them already done, two extraordinary documentary episodes, two extraordinary episodes of the documentary, but I think they're going to do 10 of them leading up to the fight, and it's so good. So you can download the app, you can start watching and following us on that. Mine would be Roy Jones. I think Roy Jones at Triller. And I know Mike's got his, but I don't know the name of his, but it's really a good app, and you should download that to help you keep up with what's going on. We'll be putting probably our own private content on there too. So
how much will the pay-per-view cost?
I don't know yet. I have no clue. Sophie Watts is in control of all that, so she's doing the whole thing. She footed the whole bill. She did the whole thing. That's hers.
Could I ask how much do you stand to make from this?
I don't have no clue. I'm not even concerned about that. I'm just so happy to be going in the ring with Mike that I can't wait.
Back in the day, were there ever any serious talks of you fighting him? Did it ever get close?
No. Back in the day, after I beat John Reese, I asked to fight him. I think I had Jay Prince and somebody reach out to his people, and they said Tyson said he was down with boxing. So at that, I left it alone. I went on down back to light heavyweight to go ahead and recapture the light heavyweight title, which I did easily. But no, there were no real talks of it. But I wanted to fight. I told him the only person I would stay heavyweight for would have been Mike Tyson, because I wanted, if I was going to fight it, I was going to do it before I dropped the 25 pounds of muscle to go recapture the light heavyweight title. But he said he wasn't interested in boxing no more, so I went back down.
You guys obviously were massive stars at around the same time. Were you cool with each other? Like when you would see each other, did you guys have a good relationship?
Yeah, we was always cool. And we're still cool now.
So there's no like bad blood or anything. This is just about two legends.
It's two legends. It's COVID time. A lot of team sports not really going on normally. No college sports going on normally. People need entertainment. Why not give them two of the biggest names ever in the sport of boxing for entertainment?
How do you feel about a fight of this magnitude happening in front of no fans?
I don't like it, but at the same time, we're doing it for the fans that can't go nowhere. That's the whole reason for doing it, because people are stuck at home and can't really go nowhere. So that's the whole reason for us giving them entertainment. So that's part of the sacrifice we got to make, because that's part of our reason for doing it.
Obviously, you know, a fight like this, given your age, it sparks a lot of debate, right? 54 years old, you're 51. What do you say to people who say that fighters in their 50s should not be fighting each other?
Fighters in their 50s should not be fighting each other if it's not Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson.
You're the exception to the rule.
We are the exception to the rule.
Right. Okay, so generally you wouldn't be in favor of this, but because you guys are special, you want everyone to know it's okay.
Well, it's not that it's okay, it's just that we are willing to take a chance on the rest of our lives to entertain people, because we were two of the biggest entertainers to ever grace the boxing ring. So with us being such great entertainers, having such fan bases, so many people know us. I cover more weight than anybody ever in the history of boxing for becoming world champion. Mike Tyson did more things for being exciting and knocking people out than anybody ever did in the sport of boxing. We are two of the biggest icons to ever touch the sport of boxing. If you think about it, our names are still hot right now, far beyond our prime, far beyond the prime of our career. We announced that we're going to do an exhibition, and it blew up social media, blew up everything. And it's two old dudes, you feel me? So that tells you who we really are. So if we can generate that much attention, why not do it? People obviously want to see it. They obviously care. They're looking at his videos. When they see he fight me, they went wild. So why not?
Anyone in your circle, your family members, friends tell you, hey, Roy, maybe don't do this? Did anyone try to stop you?
No, I had a lady at the grocery store tell me, you know, he kind of crazy, right? I said, yeah, I know, but you know, I'm kind of crazy too, right? She said, oh, I didn't know that. I said, yeah, well, I am.
Okay. Speaking of which, Nate Robinson versus Logan Paul. How do you feel about this being on the same card as you and Mike?
I mean, Logan Paul has so many internet followers. Like I said, we are in the social media era. You feel me? We're getting an opportunity to capitalize on the social media era. Why would we not want him on?
Fair enough. Have you seen the footage of Nate training? He looks to be in pretty good shape.
Looks very good. Looks very good.
And so with this fight, I'm just wondering, it has to be dubbed Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. Y'all must have forgot, right? Like that has to be the name of this fight, right? I mean, if it's not, someone messed up big time.
They messed up big time by not putting that on. They should have put that on. And if they don't, they need to add that.
Come on, man. Can you tell them that was, I mean, I couldn't believe it. I saw the poster. It didn't say y'all must have forgot on it. How did they mess that up?
I don't know how they missed out on the opportunity. Perfect opportunity to market the fight, and they missed it.
Are you going to walk out to y'all must have forgot?
I don't know yet. I might have a New York. Hey, I might have a New York must have forgot.
Oh, what? Are you serious?
Featuring Marvin Bagley III.
Really? A remix?
Featuring Marvin Bagley III.
The basketball player?
Yes.
Wow. This is in the works?
You know I'm full of surprises.
I know. Wait, is he going to walk you out?
I don't know if they're going to allow that because of COVID, but the song is already done.
Oh my gosh. Can we get like a preview of it right now?
I can't get a preview yet, but I got you.
You spit some bars for us?
The last of my kind by far, so I gotta leave my mark. Got a highlight tape that's unreal with the greatest knockouts you ever saw. Now let's break it down, go to the stats. Bet you can't find another fighter that match. 4 different divisions, tell them top that. Future Hall of Famer, and they can't stop that. Woo!
Oh, he's back. The king is back. Y'all must have forgot.
I ain't playing no game with him.
I love it. You know, I use that line. My first NBA broadcast on the sidelines, I used y'all must have forgot like in the first 10 seconds of my appearance on an NBA broadcast for you, Roy, because that's the greatest line of all time. Everyone should use that. Everyone who's been doubted should use that line. Listen to that song.
So it's Roy Jones Jr., SM Bullet, and Marvin Bagley III. That's going to be the one.
Oh my gosh. All right. So September 12th, pay-per-view, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, in the fight that we've been dreaming about for 2 decades. Last thing for you, Roy, and I appreciate the time. Do you have an official prediction for us?
No, because if I give you a prediction and people gonna say I'm crazy, they might not let us fight.
Oh, come on. Just tell me. Just tell me. No one's watching. Tell me.
No. So what it's gonna be is Mike is strong as heck. Mike gonna come out. Mike gonna beat Mike. So I probably gotta try to avoid Mike for a couple rounds to let him burn some of that steam off. After he burns some of that steam off, then we can start boxing. Once we start boxing, he probably gonna be good the first round or two, first 3 rounds maybe. But I'm hoping that he starts to die a little bit. So I'm gonna try to box around and make him use his legs a lot to get him tired. Once I get him tired, now I can rat-a-tat-tat. Once I get to where I can rat-a-tat-tat, game over.
I love the rat-a-tat-tat. By the way, I forgot to ask you. I saw a picture of you and one of my favorites, Sensei Steven Seagal. You guys were together recently. Where was that?
Russia. We were in Russia. No,
what were you doing with him?
He's now a citizen of Russia.
Oh,
and both of us have citizenship, but I have dual citizenship. I think he's just straight Russian. I don't know, but he's living over there full time, and he's doing really good over there. He's a very good guy. I know people had their beefs with him, but he's never been that but nice to me. So I don't really have nothing but respect and love for the dude. I used to love watching his movies. One of my favorite movies is Marked for Death, and he was in that. He was the star of the movie. So I was just always honored and privileged to be around Steven.
Is he going to train you for this?
No, he wanted to, but nah.
Well, I'm sure he did.
I can't go to Russia due to insurance issues, so I got to stay.
Okay. Who will be in your corner?
Probably Tommy and Kello, Alfred Smith, maybe Barry's Cooper, and Russ Amber.
Oh, Russ Amber, good Canadian guy. And by the way, you're a dual citizen of Russia and US? Why?
Because I got tired of seeing so many people always bashing Russia and Russia, everybody trying to make us enemies. When in World War II, Russia and the United States fought together. Instead, people don't know that. So people have a misconception of Russia. And you're in Russia, 95% of the population know who Roy Jones Jr. is. So do they hate America or do they love Americans? Because 95% of the population know who Roy Jones is. So why wouldn't you want to be a part of people that love and revere you like they do me? You can't, and they offer, how could you say no?
All right, cool.
Just like this fight, how could you say no? It's Mike Tyson. You know how many people wish Mike Tyson would call their name to get in the ring with?
Right.
You know how many people they were saying gonna fight Mike? You know how many people was making them offers, Mike fight me, Mike fight me, Mike fight me. Then Mike said, no, I want to fight Roy. I'd be a fool to turn it down. How could I turn it down? How could I say no? It ain't drugs. How could I say no?
All right, September 12th. I look forward to it. Roy, appreciate the time as always, and best of luck in training, my man.
Y'all must have forgot.
Y'all must have forgot. There he is.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.